This video is on an extremely important topic, and that is, how can you stop attracting the wrong person to date and marry? Some of us have patterns of just continually picking unhealthy people, addicted people, emotionally ill people, people who are manipulative, abusive, emotionally unavailable. We just continue to pick the same type of people. So how can you do that? Well, once you recognize that that's your pattern and you want to change, there are some very specific things that you can do. The first one is you've got to commit. Commit to getting healthy yourself no matter what it takes. This takes time, and you absolutely must be committed to this process. The second one is that you have to begin to trust the people that you know that care about you, that are in your lives. Maybe that's family, some really good friends. Get feedback from them on people that you are dating. Listen to what they have to say. And if they're telling you that somebody is unhealthy and fits that pattern, you've got to be willing to let that person go. Get knowledgeable about the red flags of unhealthy relationships and unhealthy people. Read up on it, study it, start asking yourself when you meet somebody, do I see any of these red flags? And if you do, be willing to end the relationship right away rather than continuing to invest time in it. The next one is learn to trust your instincts and to value them. Now, this is a process, and it's a process that takes a while to reconnect with that intuition that you have that tells you that something's not right. So first of all, you have to have a guide to what is right and wrong. We just talked about that. And then you have to be willing to check your feelings, your thoughts, your observations with somebody that you really know, not the person you're dating, but somebody that you really know and trust. It might be a counselor, it might be an accountability partner, it might be a sibling, a family member, a really good friend that you know is healthy, who you can say, this is what happened, this is what I felt, this is what I thought, this is what I think about that. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound right? Would you feel that way? Would you react that way? Would that bother you? And you're going to find that a lot of those times people are going to say to you, yes. And then you're going to begin to start saying to yourself, okay, I can trust my meter on what's right and wrong. And then you're going to begin to pay attention to yourself and then move from needing the validation of somebody outside yourself to getting the validation that you yourself need. The next one is to just believe that the feelings, thoughts, perceptions, and needs that you have are just as valid and important, and for your own benefit, more important than the other person's, so that you can begin to refuse to allow that partner to invalidate you. The next one is you really have to get to the point where you believe that you're better off alone than in an unhealthy relationship. So really start focusing on what is good in your life outside of a relationship. What do you enjoy? What do you like? Who can you spend time with that builds you up and values you and you enjoy? Get back to your values. Get back to the roots of what makes you happy. And then really begin to focus on those things and spend time in it, and change your thinking that you have to have a relationship to be happy. The next one is just flat out stop excusing bad behavior. Just stop. When you see it, don't rationalize. Look at it for what it is, face it for what it is, and give no excuses. The next one is to work on improving your self-esteem and self-respect. This is huge. You absolutely have to do this, whatever it takes. So the first thing that is going to help you do that is you're going to begin to make choices that you respect yourself for, rather than choices that you disrespect yourself for. So just whatever it is that you are weak on in your self-esteem and self-respect, you just start focusing on it. You can read books, you can go to therapy, start believing that you're worthy of being treated right, you're worthy of a good relationship, you're worthy of a good life, all of those things. The next one is when you say, this is the last time I'm going to take it, make that the last time. Don't let it happen again. Be done. Next one, learn the difference between normal and dysfunctional and healthy versus unhealthy behavior. If you don't know this, if you can't say that was unhealthy, That wasn't okay. That was dysfunctional. That's not right. That's not how a relationship should be. If you don't know that and you have a history of having unhealthy relationships, the unhealthy may feel normal. So you have to retrain yourself, whatever it takes to do that. The next one, don't wait for your partner to make a decision about the relationship. A lot of times we give our power away to another person. We let them choose whether or not they want to continue in the relationship. Don't do that. You make a decision for yourself. Is this relationship good for you? Great. If it isn't, you make the choice to let it go. The next one, you have to learn about how your childhood has affected you. You have to work through your childhood pain, your childhood issues, understand your roles. How is all of this recreated in the difficult relationships that you're choosing today? What are those dynamics that you have to understand and process in order for you to stop repeating things that are actually related to your childhood wounds? Next one, don't offer trust until it has been earned. You do not give somebody new that has not earned your trust just unmeasured trust. You have to always go into a relationship and you have to be a little bit, not unhealthily wary of everything, but you have to stop and say, is this person who they say they are? Is this person telling me the truth? Is this person acting in a way that backs up their words with the behavior? Next one, work through your fears so that they don't sabotage your life and your relationship. Our fears will often sabotage our choices by putting us into the same situation that we're afraid of happening because we kind of self-sabotage ourselves. The last one, accept you cannot change another person. Stop believing that this time you will cause this person to change, whether it's through love or convincing words, making the person get help. Don't do that. Look at the person for who the person is and say, this is what I get. Do I want it or do I not want it? And then have the courage to let go when it isn't what you want. Thank you for watching a video on Change My Relationship.